QuaranJazz. Listen while you're home. Hi and welcome to the 12th episode of QuaranJazz, your weekly update on what jazz musicians from all over the world are doing during the social distancing time. Well, maybe for you, it's not social distancing time anymore. Maybe you are now gradually coming back to your normal activities, even if normal now means a new kind of normal. I'm Geisa Fernandes, singer and songwriter from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and here the situation is far from being stable yet. So, as long as I'm confined, the show goes on. But I would like very much to know what's happening in your region right now. So just leave a comment. You'll find in the description of this episode a link to my webpage and also a direct link to my mailing list, so we can get in contact with each other immediately. You can also find me on Facebook. I have this community called the QuaranJazz Musician, named after a guide I wrote on jazz festivals that accept submissions directly from artists. If it's your case, if you'd like to know more about the Jazz Fest scenario, or just keep in contact, just join a discussion with a lovely community, find us on Facebook, the QuaranJazz Musician, that's the name of the group. I would also like to remind you that QuaranJazz is a proud participant of the Social Distancing Festival. The link to this great action is also going to be on the description of this episode. My guest this week is London-born, Tenerife-based jazz lady Ana Rodriguez. Ana had a great experience in Israel. She's going to tell us about it. But first of all, hi Ana, thank you very much for your participation in QuaranJazz. And yeah, we can start with you telling us a little bit about your music, about your influences.
Hi. Thank you so much, Geisa, for counting on me, for thinking of me for this beautiful project that you have, QuaranJazz. These interviews, it's really nice of you, and I think it's a great project. My name is Ana Rodriguez, and my music, basically, I consider myself a jazz singer. That's what I'm most comfortable in. I'm a classic jazz singer, very much influenced by people like Judy Garland, people like Peggy Lee, Ella Fitzgerald, the classic jazz singers. And the reason why I started listening to this was because my mum listened to all the classic jazz, and that's what she liked. So I basically grew up listening to jazz standards, so that's where I feel completely comfortable in. My parents also had a good record collection, and one of my pastimes, especially on Saturdays, I remember Saturday mornings just going to their records and putting them on, and they had a lot of Brazilian music as well, so I'd listen to Jobim and things like that. And of course, again, this is another place where I feel very comfortable. Although I only started to sing bossa in Portuguese, I'd say in 2010, something like that. It took me many years to actually dare to not sing a bossa nova in Portuguese. To sing a bossa nova in Portuguese, sorry. I would sing them in English first. What my story is, well, basically I, as a child, would dream. My biggest dream and my only dream of what I wanted to do in my life was to sing jazz. I saw myself singing in jazz clubs. That's what I wanted to do. Since a very, very young age, I knew it. But I never told anyone, of course. And for many years, I lived a normal life, working in jobs that I didn't really like, but, getting by and having a life and moving from place to place and doing lots of things. which I'm grateful for because they made me what I am today. And in 1995, I moved with my then 2.5-year-old daughter to Israel to I just moved there and started singing professionally in around a couple of years later. And I was very lucky to actually have a neighbor that is called Arnon Palti, and he happens to be one of the teachers in the Rimon Jazz School of Music, which is affiliated to Berkeley. He's a doctor of music. He's like a bass player. He's amazing. Anyway, basically he took me under his wing and created a band for me, and I was very privileged to learn how to sing, to have really amazing musicians, Gil Ladin, Amos Everhadani, and Arnon. I had the three of them as my band. That was my first band, which, it was a pretty good school, let's put it that way. And then in 2002, I decided to return to Tenerife. I got married to the father of my other two kids. When I came here, I looked for a piano player and found one. And he got his friends together. We created a band, and it just started from there. And then, little by little, I was gigging with them a lot for 5 years, and then it kind of fell apart because we didn't see eye to eye on things. And I started singing with the best musicians that we have here, which are Eliseo Lloreda on the guitar, Felu Morales on the bass, and Churchi on the drums, and that became my band. And then people started asking for the duet for Ana Rodriguez and Eliseo Lloreda, and the rest is history. I mean, it's just been that's from 2007 onwards. It's been like that.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for your very kind words. Really appreciated it. Wow, this must have been a great experience there in Israel. And what were you doing when the COVID crisis exploded?
I'm based in Tenerife and the Canary Islands, and basically what projects I was involved in. I had been playing, as I said, with Eliseo Lloreda as a duet since 2007. We had kind of had an organic break from 2015 to the end of 2018. For about 3 years, we started doing different things, playing with other people, different projects, and the duet kind of just fell off the way. But in 2018, somebody asked us to do a gig, and we realized that first it felt like it had been only yesterday since we'd played together, even though it had been actually 3 years or 2.5 years or something like that. And we realized that we were in a different place. We'd grown as musicians, both of us, we just wanted to carry on playing together. So we recorded a few songs in September in the studio. We went back to the studio and recorded some songs, 2 of them original, one written by him and one that I wrote, a bossa nova that I wrote, which is what you're going to actually hear later. Anyways, and apart from that, we were wanting to tour later this year, next year. We're starting to send emails to different clubs and festivals, which of course I stopped doing as soon as this crisis stepped in, because I understand that the people that are doing the programming are kind of overwhelmed, and they don't even know when they're going to book the people that they already had booked. So basically, to not add to the overwhelm, I've stopped asking for gigs outside. And yeah, another thing that we were going to do was on the 30th of March, we had a recording of 2 or 3 video clips that we were going to do in a studio. And that has been postponed. I don't know when we're going to do that, but that will definitely happen sometime, as soon as we can. As soon as we're allowed to actually be in a space like 5 people together, I suppose. Could be maybe next week or in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And apart from that, I was working, my main job was working in hotels, singing in hotels. And my last gig was on the 14th of March, and that, since then, nothing. And I honestly don't know when I'll be able to go back to singing in hotels, because I don't know what's going to happen with hotels. It's complicated.
Yeah, there are still so many questions without answers for now. You know, Anna, I was always curious about singing in hotels, about this market, let's put it this way. So if you are listening to QuaranJazz and you would like to ask Anna more questions about it, just contact me. As you know, the link to my webpage is always in the description of the episode. Don't be shy. Well, Anna, and how are you coping with the social distancing time? Are you just, taking time for yourself, or maybe already planning your future projects? Which are your future projects?
And during the lockdown, well, what have I been doing? Basically, resting a lot. No, seriously. I decided to do weekly concerts or music sessions, or whatever you want to call them, on Facebook Live, and those were quite successful. But I've stopped doing them because we're not exactly on lockdown anymore, at least not here in Spain. So as soon as the lockdown finished, I did one, and that was that. And apart from that, I recorded with 3 other musicians, each one in their house, and then somebody made a video of it. We did a song called El Día Que Me Quieras, dedicated to all the people that have been working during this time, during the time of the people in the hospitals that were working in hospitals, people that were working in the supermarkets, all the people that have basically put their life at risk, or their health at risk to be able to serve us. It was dedicated to them. So that was another thing we did during the lockdown. And my projects for the future, well, my immediate plan is to learn to play the piano now that I'm at home and not working. Carry on communicating with people that I have on Facebook, doing concerts every so often, although I will do them with more planning, and probably I will do them with Eliseo, an acoustic concert instead of me singing with backing tracks, which is much nicer. And well, just I don't know. Quite honestly, I have no idea what the future brings, but I am pretty sure that things are going to work out, and I'm very optimistic. What can I say? That's just me. That's the way I'm built.
It is so interesting to get to know the ways that each and every musician found out to cope with this time. Yeah, so in your case, the lives and stuff, and I'm very happy that you are now not anymore in lockdown. Even as, if you say, the future is still very uncertain. And what about the track we are going to hear?
And the song that you're going to hear is actually the recording that one of the recordings that we did in September in the studio. This song is a song I wrote in 2008. I was in the middle of a divorce, and this is how I felt at the time. I was listening to a lot of bossa at the time, a lot of Brazilian music, a lot of Brazilian singers. That was a very Brazilian time of my life. So obviously this song just came out organically as a bossa nova. And as Eliseo did the intro and outro, we basically called it a composition of both of us, and he did the arrangements for the song. So, yeah, and this was actually the first song that I ever published. I've written quite a few, but I haven't really published them. That's another project for the future. Maybe to get my songs written and played and recorded. That could be another project. So anyway, this song, Meu Coração, you just listen to it and you'll see what I was going through. But anyway, now, thank goodness, things are fine with my ex-husband. After 12 years, things have come to a different point, but at the time I wasn't having a good time, let's put it that way, and I was like, bye. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the song, and I really want to thank you for including me in this beautiful project of yours, Reisa, and it's an honor to participate too. And well, I hope that you and the people listening will really enjoy the song, and hope to hear feedback from you guys. And I don't know, come into my Facebook, Ana Rodriguez Jazz Singer, and send me a message. Let me know what you think. Okay, much love, and keep safe, everyone.
Life and art, they just keep imitating each other. Well, Anna, my pleasure. It was really nice having you as a guest in QuaranJazz. Really loved your stories. And I always feel so proud. I know that's silly, but I always feel so proud when fellow musicians say that they have among their influences Brazilian music. So an extra thanks for that. And you know what? In Brazil we say that there is absolutely no emotional issue that hasn't been already covered by Brazilian popular music. So you are welcome to the club. You are part of a great tradition. Happy return to normal. And once again, thank you. We're coming to the end of our show. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much for listening QuaranJazz. If you're a jazz musician and you would like to participate in this project, even if you are not on strictly lockdown rules anymore, I hope so, just drop me a line. At the description of this episode, you will find a link to my webpage, geisafernandes.com, as well as a direct link to my mailing list. You can also find me on Facebook. Join the Touring Jazz Musician, a group for those interested to learn more about jazz festivals, especially those who accept submissions directly from musicians. Find us on Facebook and join the community, the Touring Jazz Musician. I'm Geisa Fernandes, saying goodbye from a still lockdown Rio de Janeiro. Till next week, and now, ladies and gents, meu coração.
coração não vai ficar, meu coração não vai esperar, meu coração não quer mais sofrer. Meu coração não vai ficar, meu coração não vai esperar, meu coração não pode mais sofrer. My little heart won't wait around no more, I'm showing you the door, so hurry. I want me back the way I was before, won't wait around no more, I'm sorry. I'm through with waiting for my life to change, I'm gonna rearrange, I'm leaving. So turn around and find another dame with whom to play your games and deceiving. Cause my little heart don't want to stay, my little heart don't want to wait, my little heart ain't gonna cry no more, no. Wait around no more, I'm showing you the door, so hurry. I want me back the way I was before, won't wait around no more, I'm sorry. I'm through with waiting for my life to change, I wanna rearrange, I'm leaving. So turn around and find another dame with whom to play your games and deceiving, and deceiving. My little heart don't wanna wait, my little heart don't want to stay, my little heart ain't gonna cry no more. Meu coração não vai ficar, meu coração não vai esperar, meu coração não quer mais sofrer. I'm gone so long.
QuaranJazz. Listen while you're home. QuaranJazz, a podcast by Geisa Fernandes.